The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
You know, I thought the Nude Clan boys already reviewed all the Mortal Kombats, but I guess there's a new one? I don't know. This time, on Nude Clan.
Shall we play a game?
Player to another. Dark soul light. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with
the Nude Clan. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast that just loves reviewing movies for your pleasure. I am your host, Caleb Schweiss.
Caleb Craig.
Cameron.
And Zach.
And this time, guys, we are reviewing Mortal Kombat. Was it Scorpion's Revenge?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. Animated feature. And I didn't know this thing existed, honestly. I thought when you mentioned a Mortal Kombat movie, I was like, oh, it must be that like fan-made one.
That one is pretty rad.
Later.
That one's pretty sweet. The fan
but
pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, this one just came out like what?
Yeah, like a month ago. It was about a month ago now.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
So I bought this about a week ago or a month ago, and I've been sitting on it, and I just kind of didn't watch it. I don't know why I didn't watch it, but I didn't. But just had the aching since, it was my episode. I was like, yeah, we'll do it.
Well, there you go. That's a perfect excuse to do something. So,
it is.
Damn. Very excited to talk about that. But before we get into this animated feature, what have you guys been playing for the last couple of weeks? It's been 2 weeks since we talked about this. What's been going on?
Oh, a lot of things. Fuck, I don't even remember everything. I played some Animal Crossing, some For Honor, some Call of Duty, some Dragon's Crown, Star Ocean. I think that's it.
Nice.
Maybe. Yeah.
So, I've been playing, a little bit of Call of Duty, not too much. That Dragon's Crown, For Honor, of course, and then Pimp My Ride.
It's so fun.
Sweet.
I've been playing some Assassin's Creed Odyssey, some Final Fantasy VII Remake, some of that Animal Crossing. I actually forgot about playing Dragon's Crown, but we did play Dragon's Crown. Play a little bit of Call of Duty, Transistor, Gris, and a little bit of Okami, because I didn't realize that had come out on Switch yet, so I was pretty excited to find that.
Nice. Wait, Okami, you said?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's been on the Switch for a while.
I didn't know that, but I just found it, and I was like, hell yeah. Been waiting for this.
Nice, there you go. That's it for you?
Yep, that's it.
All right. Last 2 weeks, not much has gone on for me gaming-wise. I have played a decent amount of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think I'm on Chapter 10 or 11 of that. And I played a fair bit of Plants vs. Zombies again as well. Still trying to master it and get to the point where I can survive 40 waves of zombie ferocity to get that last silver trophy. So I can 100% that game and move on with my life. I don't know. There's something about it. It's like, it's really fucking fun. It's just, I seriously think it's like the best tower defense game that's ever been made. It's just a good time. Everything about it is super fun. Even like the little character descriptions, they're hilarious for the plants. It's like they'll have like their favorite food and like their lucky number and random shit like that. It's like a little bio on each of the plants, and
That's a
they're
fun
really
little
great.
touch.
Yeah. So like everything about that game, I just love.
Yeah, Plants
it's
vs. Zombies is a great game.
Yeah, it's fucking hard though, and I just can't survive long enough. I think I got to 27 last time.
The endless mode.
Yeah. And just unlocking endless mode is fucking hard because you have to complete all the other challenge modes, and some of those get real brutal near the end. But I've got a really crazy build that I've been doing lately, and it's good, but it's not good enough. So I don't know what I need to do to change that. And sometimes you just have to get lucky because there's a lot of RNG with the like types of zombies that'll come. And the last time I played, I had one round where there were like 8 giant zombies on the screen at once, and they fucked my shit up. So I think I might just have to get lucky. But I've built it to the point where I'll have like 3 rows of suns in the beginning, and then I'll fucking, instead of building the pea shooter guys, I'll build the guys launching watermelons because they do way more damage. And so I have it set up to just kill off like the one-off zombies in the beginning, and then just farm sun, like just harvest, and then kill them with the rakes. And like I've got like a bunch of little things that I do in the beginning to really set up my build. And I don't know. I could look up tutorials online, I guess, to win and not have a problem. But I really like what I've been doing lately. Just kind of like tweaking it a little bit here and there and trying to get further and further. Plus, it's just a fucking great game. Like, it's just a great time. So, shitload of that. Shitload of 7 Remake. And that's it. I guess maybe in the last 2 weeks I played Animal Crossing. I did buy it, and I played like maybe an hour of it. I just don't know if it's really my kind of game. But the wife likes it, so
like it.
Yeah.
It's a very passive game.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I have time for that as a hyper essential worker, apparently. And plus, even if I didn't, like, there's other stuff that I'd probably play instead. So I think you guys are right.
It's more like one of those games where you put like an hour and a half into like every day, and then that's it for that game, and then you play something else.
Yeah. See, I don't even have the hour and a half, so it's just it doesn't work out, sadly. But you guys all seem to like it, so hey. And the rest of the world, every other person but me. So we know what we've been playing this week, guys, or these last 2 weeks. But the real question is, has anybody beaten a game?
Yes, I beat Animal Crossing.
Oh, shit. Animal Crossing. Craig, I'm proud.
I had 7 Remake last time, right?
Yes, you did. You put 7 Remake on there before.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I recorded that.
I did not beat anything this week. What about you, Cameron?
Yeah, I beat Pimp My Ride.
Pimp My Ride. All right. You guys got that review last week, which is really awkward. But, Zach, what about you?
I did. I beat Pimp My Ride, and I beat Gris.
Gris, huh?
Yep. I was looking at a bunch of platformers, and that was one of a higher rated ones. I figured with it being semi cheap, I'd check her out. And it was pretty fun.
There you go. That's a great way to operate. Find those like smaller games and.
Dude, I've had so much fun with like
hit
all
'em.
the exclusive or like not exclusive, but like the indie platformers on Switch. Like they feel at home on the Switch, and they're just so fun. Like I've had good luck, I think, finding good
Yeah.
games.
See, for me, without a Pro Controller, a platformer on the Switch sounds like hell.
Yeah.
Mixed with the side of ass. Hell with the side of ass.
It is.
You got
I've
that
used my Pro
drift.
Controller for all of it.
See, and I
Which sucks.
every time someone tells me to just buy a Pro Controller, I kind of want to tell them to go stuff it up their ass. It's like, I already fucking bought the. I mean, I didn't buy it, but we already bought the Switches, and like, your solution to this problem is spend more money on Nintendo products. Like, fuck off, man.
I wasn't going to buy it, and then I kind of did it on a whim, and honestly, I don't regret it. I really like it.
Yeah, the Pro Controller is better for a lot of games too.
Yeah,
I like it better for Breath of the Wild because like it fucks up less. Because like when you're playing it with the what are they called, the fucking Joy-Cons, or like just with the or docked or like not docked or whatever, like it's the motion controls really fuck you over sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's nicer on the Pro Controller.
Yeah, is the Pro Controller as crazy as the Xbox like Pro Controller?
What do you mean?
Like, you can go open it up and, like, fucking fine-tune the speed at which, like, the fucking joystick moves and shit?
Not that I know of. I don't think Nintendo wants people messing with their shit, so I would say no.
Yeah, the Xbox One, it's, like, the most, like, ADD controller of all time. You can, like, pop it open and, like, adjust the sensitivity internally. And it's really cool, but it's also fucking expensive for a controller. It's like, goddamn, dude.
Yeah, I think the Pro Controller is just for people who want like an actual controller instead of the fucking Joy-Cons.
Or people who don't want the game to rip control from them on occasion.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, I would say that that's not a great thing. Other than that, though, I do like the Switch a lot. That's a big thing for me. A big pain point. So, all right, cool. The hog for the hosts is as follows. Caleb Craig, first place, King Hog, with 9 games beaten. Everyone else tied with a cool 8 games completed for the year. You finally caught up, Zach.
That's my goal. And if everything goes right, I should have a few more games in the next 2 weeks, too. So
There you go. You maybe even take the lead, depending on what Craig will allow.
Craig, stop playing games for a week. Let me have this.
Craig won't do it. He won't let you have it.
Craig has to be the he has to be the king, and we have to rip that crown from him, bro.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do it this year. You're gonna have to take my spot. It's true. I've tried every year though, and this year I don't know if I can. I don't know. It's not enough time. But Zach, you can take up the helm of trying to conquer the Craig. Yeah, the try hard helm.
The try hard.
See, he only just wants to have more than Cam, so.
Yeah, but that's like
It's not hard to do usually.
yeah, that's the low hanging fruit, right? It's already ripe, and you just pick it. And you're done.
Sometimes it's on the floor, and you just pick it up and take a bite.
Yeah, that's just how it has to be. So, yeah, that's it for what we've been playing. Do we have any questions?
I think we do have a few.
I think you're right.
More than a few, depending on how many you want to answer.
I think we should just do one this time.
Do we want to do one from Twitter and one from Discord?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, I'll grab the one from Twitter. Somebody grab the
I'll
one
find
from Discord.
I'll find the Discord.
Okay, so the one we have from Twitter is from Angry Ass Black Dude. He says, just beat Def Jam Vendetta, a wrestling game with rappers. What musicians would you like to see beat the shit out of each other, and what would their moves be?
Just bought Def Jam?
He
what
just
said?
beat it.
Oh, just beat it, okay. I was always disappointed that those Def Jam fighting games didn't have Tom Araya from Slayer, because there are like 3 Slayer albums that were produced by Def Jam Records in the 90s, and I think that would be fucking awesome to have this like old man, white guy with like a huge beard and super long hair just like beating the shit out of these rappers.
See, my
I think that'd be a
question
good time.
Is why is it a fighting game and not a third-person shooter?
You were saying Slayer twice?
Yeah, because they had a few albums produced by Def Jam Records.
Right, but
They should be
Slayer, they're not white.
Well, I mean, he's a Brazilian guy. I don't
Yeah.
know. Kerry King is a white guy. What are you talking about? He's born in, like, California. He's also probably the least talented founding member of that band, if I'm going to be
Right,
honest.
just because he was born in California doesn't mean he's white.
Dude, he's a white guy. The lead singer, though,
He's
is the
white-
only...
He's white for different reasons, not because he was born in California.
I just think it would be... I
So
just think it would be...
he's Chilean, but yeah.
Well, not
Lead singer.
Kerry King. Yeah, the other guy's Chilean,
Yeah.
He, you can tell too. He sings, like when he's singing and stuff. He sounds normal, like it just sounds like a metal guy. But when he's doing interviews, that's when you can really tell. That's why it's so weird when people have like different voices for their sing. Maybe it's because I can't sing. Maybe that's why it seems weird to me. But
Yeah.
It's just
you have
odd.
you have to find your singing voice twice.
yeah, it's like the Scorpions guy. Like he learned enough English to sing in English, and that's like basically it. At that point in time when he was younger, and so in interviews he's like insanely German sounding. So, yeah, I just think it would. I think it's. I don't know why they wouldn't have at least the lead singer of Slayer in those fucking Def Jam games. I would buy it for that. I would buy it for that alone and go through Tom Araya's campaign in fucking Def Jam. But sadly, no. I think the Beastie Boys had some Def Jam too. Back in the day.
I would play as the Beastie Boys if they did that.
Yeah.
100%.
It'd just be, yeah.
Their movesets are really annoying and just like loud. Like there's just a lot of noise. I think they did a survey one time and like fuck, what's the one? Sabotage was like one of the most off-putting and annoying songs in this study. Like people were more irritated and agitated as they listened to it than any other song. It's like, I could see that. It's a lot. But what rappers? Is that what he said, or what? What was the question again? He just
He said
beat it.
What musicians would you like to see beat the shit out of each other?
So just in general, yeah.
Oh, okay.
In a comment, he said no Megadeth or Metallica.
Oh, well, then now I'm not answering the question then. No, I guess I would like to see the lead singer of Slayer fight the lead singer of Anthrax. How about that? That's no Metallica and Megadeth.
Is 50 Cent already in that game? Because if he's not in Def Jam, then I would put 50 Cent in there.
Can it be any singer then? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, any musicians, yeah.
I want to watch redhead Hayley Williams beat the shit out of Amy Lee from Evanescence so I can watch Foxy Boxing.
There you go.
Not that I don't like any of those bands, but God.
What about Meghan Trainor and Lizzo?
I think Meghan Trainor's got the
Does it have
speed
to
on that one, though, to be
be-
honest.
It doesn't have to be artists who are still alive, right?
I don't know. It's just musicians.
Cam, that's
It's-
rude.
It's a
Lizzo's
video
still
game,
alive.
Cam, you can have whatever you want.
Then I'd definitely like to watch the Kurt Cobain, Courtney Love thing.
Oh, she's gonna give him a Kurt Cobain Tylenol, though.
No.
That's her special move. To finish
God.
her.
But like it'll be like in what is it, the DBZ or Dragon Ball Fighters, where like certain people, like if you fight them together like with a certain team lineup, they get a certain ending, like a cinematic ending, and that's the cinematic ending of Courtney Love beats Kurt Cobain with a certain team. Oh man, that's so bad.
That's a pretty good one. That's a good one.
Oh god.
It doesn't look like 50 Cent is in Def Jam Fight for New York. Although none of the
Oh.
people associated with
Wait.
him are either.
Let me see.
so.
There's someone. I don't know if you guys know, but there's someone that like 50 Cent has like a beef with right now. Let me find it. That I want to watch them fight. Give me 1 second, because this is like the petty I want to be. Okay, so like there's a rapper called Ja Rule, which I don't know who the hell he is, but him and 50 Cent have this like feud, and so Ja Rule had a concert back in 2018, and 50 Cent bought the first 200 he bought 200 front row tickets, and only he sat there to just be like, no one wants to come to your concerts. That would be a fight I'd like to see too.
That seems like a counterintuitive move. I mean, he's giving him the money.
It's a power play.
Anyway.
It's 100% a power play. It's like you're getting paid, but he's not going to get all of that. It's him showing him I have the money to buy this out because I'm better than you and I'm a better singer and rapper than you, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to look bored because it makes you look like shit.
Which I guess I would agree with, but
no, I would too. But I would like to be that rich to be that petty.
Yeah, it's the Trump sending a signed picture of his hands to the reporter that said he had small hands like 20 years ago. On the regular.
I want to be that rich so I can buy FedEx and then make the manager that I hated. I'm his boss, so I can watch him suffer. That's what
that would be a fun one though. Those two facing off. What other musicians? I feel like it's
basically seems like what's it called? Celebrity Deathmatch, but like musical edition. And that's like what I'm picturing in my head, and that's what
it is.
That's what's making it fun. Like just thinking of all the fucked up things they do to each other.
Who's got a feud in the music world?
Just trying to think right
Taylor
now,
Swift has to fight every single one of her exes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Mortal Kombat
survival
ladder.
mode.
Yeah.
It's a survival mode. It's like because they're endless, you know? it's a ladder with no
like
end.
A reverse Scott Pilgrim thing.
Yeah.
To fight your own
Here, I'm
evil exes.
I'm looking up feuds in the music industry. So if
I want Tom Gimbel from Foreigner to just like fucking take on the world. He's the guy with the saxophone.
Ooh.
Didn't know.
Taylor Swift versus Kanye West.
Oh,
that
shit.
would be hilarious. Honestly, Kanye West versus anyone would be hilarious to me.
Yeah.
It would be funny.
I mean, he would be destroyed in every single fight, but I think it would be funny.
Well, he has to.
What about
I feel like Kanye West. If I were to make a game that's like, you know, a fighting game with like the musicians, Kanye West would be like the joke character that they always put in fighting games that like does no damage. I think it'd be hilarious.
It's like the dude from Kung Pao Under the Fist that thinks he's like all badass. And they're like, we trained him wrong as a joke, and it's just like that would be his whole thing in that game.
Yeah. What about like Eminem and Britney Spears? Because they used to be a thing.
Oh, that would be a good one too. That would be funny. I think Nirvana and Guns N' Roses is like an all-out
Britney
brawl.
Spears and Justin Timberlake would be a much better.
Right. I was just. What about NSYNC and the Spice Girls? A tag team fight.
NSYNC versus Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
An eight player co-op fight.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then it's got to be Mushroom Head versus Slipknot.
Oh yeah, there you go. Mushroom Head and Slipknot.
If you're gonna do Courtney Love versus Kurt Cobain as well, if he does get taken out like halfway through, he has to be able to like have like a hand slap so Dave Grohl can come in and finish her off.
Yeah.
Tag team, yeah. All of the past members of Slayer versus all of the current members of Slayer. So pretty one-sided. Although the other ones are dead, I guess. At least one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the other question? The one off the Discord this time, right?
Yeah, the one off Discord. Does
Yeah,
anybody
which
have that pulled up?
I thought Zach had it pulled up.
Oh shit! I don't know which one to go with because there's so many. I don't know what we've done and haven't done yet, to be honest.
Just do the oldest one. Okay. Hold on, I'll find it. It's a Nude Clan queue, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is Abrac deleting them as we go along? Is that what's going on?
He wanted to. That was his plan.
Yeah. So the oldest one is Emperor M. He says, have you guys ever considered doing mini reviews where one person beats a game and does a shorter review out of 50 points? Would help when you don't have anything else planned. For example, Schweiss beats Bayonetta 2. Yeah, we've talked about that a little bit.
The solo review we've talked about that. Cam brought that up like forever ago as an idea.
Yeah, we also talked about it on the last episode. About like Craig and I are doing like a mini review where we all play like trash games, and do like a double down on games that have already had an official score as a second opinion. That's another idea that we could do. I don't know. I think it's a fun idea for solo reviews. I don't know. The thing that I have an issue with, and this is kind of the thing that I've always kind of struggled with, is the idea of having like an official Nude Clan review. I like the way we have it set up for that now, and so having anything else just seems weird. But at the same time, it's not like we're going to be able to review every game ever, you know? Right. So having solo reviews isn't a bad idea, since it's still a representative of the clan.
If we know nobody else is going to be playing in the next, like, couple weeks, then yeah, I mean, we might as well do like a solo review to try it out.
Yeah.
And then if necessary, we can just do a second opinion thing, and then if somebody wants to end up playing it, and then go with that, since we want to possibly do second opinions now too.
Yeah, we'll see though. It's an idea that we've had bouncing around for a while. We haven't really landed anywhere yet though. So yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right then. Mortal Kombat. Scorpions.
All right. Okay, so this like we talked about a little bit earlier. This movie came out like a month ago. So about the movie, after the vicious
so
slaughter,
the show could be very spoiler intensive too.
I mean, it's going
just
to be.
Beware, because it's a brand new movie. It sounds like so.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'll break it down for you real quick. If you
played
played Mortal
Kombat
Kombat
9,
1, yeah, you know what's going to happen for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the synopsis. After the vicious slaughter of his family by Stone Cold mercenary Sub-Zero, Hanzo Hisashi is exiled to the torturous Netherrealm. There, in exchange for his servitude to the sinister Quan Chi, he's given a chance to avenge his family and is resurrected as Scorpion, a lost soul bent on revenge. Back on Earthrealm, Lord Raiden gathers a team of elite warriors: Shaolin monk Liu Kang, Special Forces officer Sonya Blade, and action star Johnny Cage, an unlikely band of heroes with one chance to save humanity. To do this, they must defeat Shang Tsung's horde of outworld gladiators and reign over the Mortal Kombat tournament. Prepare to witness the bone-crushing action in this all-new Mortal Kombat Legends animated feature. So, like, the first time I saw the trailer, I freaked out. I was so excited for this. Like, I fucking love Mortal Kombat. It's one of my favorite game series.
One question that I had is how he ended up, Scorpion, how he ended up in the Outworld. Like, do all souls who die go there? Or?
He's from Netherrealm, or he's from Outworld. That's where Scorpion and Sub-Zero are from.
Okay,
I mean, they look human, but a lot of people look human there. I mean, yeah, it's just where they're from.
So they're from Outworld, but it's the Netherworld. Do people who die from Outworld go to Netherworld?
Oh yeah, everyone that dies goes to Netherrealm. If you go to Hell.
Okay, Netherrealm.
It's kind of like
that's where Shinnok's base is, and Shinnok is the god of death.
Yeah, it's kind of like in Dragon.
Kind of like talked about it in that movie.
It's kind of like in Dragon Ball Z. Like, if you die anywhere, you go to Hell, and that's like King. Whatever the fuck his name is, I can't remember. Like, it's for everyone, like, regardless.
Yeah, or like Greek mythology, where you
exactly.
always go to the underworld.
Humans also go to Netherworld then.
Well, because there's humans in Outworld, like, because Scorpion and Sub-Zero are
heaven
humans.
in Dragon Ball Z beat the dubs.
Well, I know, but like, I didn't say good people went to Hell. I mean, like, if you're bad, you went to Hell.
Is there like a good version of Netherworld, or is it like that for everyone?
Heaven. Anyway, wait, what? Would you say?
Is there a good version of the Netherworld, or is it like that for everyone who dies?
I don't know.
I'm
It's
not
never
sure
really
either.
Gone into
Yeah,
that
because
much.
Was Scorpion go to his version of hell because he was a bad person?
Well, he's a mercenary. Like, he's an assassin,
Okay.
so he goes straight
Yeah,
to
he's
hell.
an assassin.
And it kind of like everyone that's died in Mortal Kombat, for the most part, is kind of a shit person, so they all end up going to hell. So it never really talks to you about heaven. So this movie is rated R for good reason, and honestly, if it was PG-13, I don't think, in my opinion, it would have been as good.
Yeah. I like how they like to animate all the finishing moves. Each
Dude, and they threw
Yeah,
all
doing-
like the
doing
all
the
the moves,
X-ray
dude.
kills.
Oh fuck. The gore in this, so for like those who like, obviously the people that don't know me, I love gore in movies. Like, it's one of my favorite things to watch because like it just makes me happy, and that sounds super fucking sadistic, but I love watching it. And this movie, like, it delivers, man. Like, one of my favorite kills in the beginning is when Scorpion shoves the knife in that dude's face, and so it shows the X-ray move, but when he goes up, the dude's eyes pop out, and they're just like dangling there, like. And then he he brains him, and then he falls down. But it's like, just they animated everything. It was so good.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised at how hard they went, like, because I knew there was going to be some, because it was rated R, but like the first, like after that beginning, like little bit of him being with his son, that it's like, oh shit,
Oh yeah, they straight up kill a
Fucking
child.
death.
Like, it shows it. Like, oh, well, it's
I was like, whoa, they killed the kid, like, holy fuck.
Yeah, seriously.
well, it was brutal too, because like, well, I mean, like, the thing is, who was it? It's in association with NetherRealm Studios, and that being the Mortal Kombat studio, they're not going to let it be shit. I mean, like, I know you didn't like the 11th game, but like, it's his baby. Like, they love their product, dude. Like, they're gonna make sure it keeps going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the movie starts out with Scorpion, and it makes you feel bad for him. The way some of the games didn't. And those who know, like, play the games and know the lore on it, like, you do know that,
They
like,
kind of talk about it, but they never, like, showed memories or anything.
and because, like, in the first game, it just comes out that, like, they have a Scorpion and Sub-Zero have a feud, but it never says really why.
Yeah.
And this is where you are. But
Yeah, it goes into it a little bit, I think, in Mortal Kombat 9, because they start talking to each other.
right, well, then as well, it goes in because one of the big plot points is Raiden saying, "Hey, don't kill Sub-Zero when you fight him. We need it," and then he does anyway, because revenge is more important to him than anything else.
So, is this canon? Like, is this what happens in the games?
This
far
is
as,
what
like,
happened.
Kind of.
Yeah. So you say if you've watched 9, but 9 kind of took more liberties where it threw more characters in. Like, it throws in like the cyborgs before they become cyborgs and stuff like that. Where this one, like, the only character that I saw that wasn't in the first game that was in this one was Baraka.
Yeah, so I mean, like, you remember how in Mortal Kombat 11, how it was like, oh shit, all this stuff has happened before, and it was like it did that in the story. You remember that moment with Raiden when he realizes, like, it's been cycling? It's basically like that, where it's like it's the same, but there's like slightly different changes to it.
No, for sure,
But for the most part, it was like exactly the same as Mortal Kombat 9, except for like it had way more of a focus on like what Scorpion was doing.
You know what though? Like, one of my favorite parts of 9 that I wish they would have done in here is that fight, like when you go up on the tower at the beginning of the game, and it's Raiden fighting Shao Kahn.
Yeah,
like, oh, that'd have been cool in this one. But yeah, so it just it mostly sticks around with like the first game, as in like the simplistic story of it, where it's, you get the background on Scorpion, you get the what is it, the Shirai Ryu and the Lin Kuei, and the Lin Kuei have a feud that's been going for a while, and then the Lin Kuei just like annihilate Scorpion's clan, which is like his wife and his kid and everything. And like, dude, his Berserker Rage moment was pretty rad.
Yeah,
like, oh, dude,
he just fucking loses his shit and kills everyone except for Sub-Zero.
Yeah, who obviously was hiding. Like, there's no way he didn't get him because he wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, he was bitching out. But what I liked is we kind of touched on it is the X-ray moves. It brings X-rays into this and shows different bones breaking. And instead of it being like midway through a fight where the person gets back up, like their finisher moves, where it shows them like breaking like, you know, their rib cage or their jaws, or like it shows like the knife sword going through the guts and then out, or through the brain and whatever. And one of the touches I really, really enjoyed was when they got to the island itself and they were having the tournament. It put their moves from the games into the show. So like, Liu Kang had his bicycle kick and he made all the sounds he would have when he did it, and it was just so
the
good.
sounds.
It was great. I really enjoyed it.
I was waiting for the get over here for so long.
Oh, yeah.
But he finally did it in the movie, and I was satisfied.
I like.
Yeah,
one
it
of
was
the
a
good
good
little
one.
sound bits. When after Johnny beats, so Johnny's first fight is against Baraka, and when he beats him, he just sits on the tree and he's all toasty, and I was like, oh, you did it, you did it. Oh, so good. It was great. I mean, I'm gushing over it, but like, what do you guys think? Like, I kind of forced you guys to have to watch this, except for Craig, because Craig had already watched it, so I kind of want to hear what you guys thought.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Oh yeah, it's nice.
I mean, to me, it's better than the original Mortal Kombat movies as far as, you know, the story goes and just watching it. I really liked seeing more about Scorpion's past and his feud with Sub-Zero. But it kind of ends his feud. I mean, like, he totally destroys the real Sub-Zero, who was innocent. He had no reason. Who had no idea why.
No,
I mean,
see, what
Scorpion,
happens
Sub-Zero
is,
should have known.
well, I mean, see, that's the thing that made me
No, not
mad.
Scorpion. Sub-Zero should have known. Yeah.
Is that Sub-Zero was innocent in this one, which doesn't make any sense, and I'm pretty sure Quan Chi was lying. Because
Okay.
what happens in the games, at least, for that story, is that Scorpion kills Sub-Zero, and then Quan Chi makes that dead Sub-Zero become Noob Saibot. And then the new Sub-Zero is the old Sub-Zero's younger brother.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so
So that the new Sub-Zero and Scorpion start having a feud too, because like he killed his brother, and then they eventually kind of like become friends and kind of get over it.
yeah. Which, I mean, there is the end of this movie. They do allude to they are going to make a second one, so I mean, there's time for that to happen, and they can add the second Sub-Zero, as well as like Noob Saibot and other characters we didn't get in this one, like Cyrax and Sector and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so after it does go through Scorpion's like his arc and like why he is who he is, it does go into like the Mortal Kombat game where you meet Sonya, you meet Liu Kang, and you meet Johnny Cage, and how like they're gonna come together and they're gonna go into the tournament. Which
I do like that it really showed them as being like the most important characters in Mortal Kombat, which is kind of true because like they're the most consistent.
Well,
characters that
agreed.
they
I
have,
mean,
like, in the story,
Liu Kang was like we always knew Liu Kang was because he's the chosen one. Like Raiden chose him, and then I mean it's clear. And I think with the new games too, with 10 and 11, it does put Johnny and Sonya to the forefront, where it's like they are important. But so Johnny Cage the entire time. Doesn't know what's going on. So Liu Kang, obviously, because he's trained under Raiden, he knows what's going on. Sonya knows from intel, but not a lot. Like, she doesn't really know like the magnitude of this. And then Johnny
she's
Cage,
only going in there to try and find Jax.
well, Jax and no, she was going in to bring down the Red Dragon.
Or Kano.
Red Block,
She wanted to
Kano.
hunt down Kano because he like kidnapped Jax or something.
And then Johnny Cage just thinks it's a movie deal, so he has no idea what the fuck's going on the whole time. Where he's just like excited for craft services, or when he fights Baraka, he like calls him a prick because he rips his designer shirt because he's like, well, like we haven't even practiced it. Like, what are you doing? And so he eventually finds out.
Yeah.
But
It made me laugh like at the beginning when they were on the boat and he was talking to Raiden. And Raiden was explaining shit, and then Johnny Cage was like, "Oh, a method actor. Okay, well, I could roll with this.
Or when he's like, "Oh, I didn't." I like when he asks who he is, and Liu Kang's like, "Oh, he's Raiden. He's the protector of Earth." And he's like, "Oh, you got a script? Where'd you get a script from?"
Yeah.
And then he never calls Raiden the right name. He calls him like Lord Roger and Lord Raiden, and like he never gets it right.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
I like how he called out Earthrealm. He's like, it's so lame. It's like, yeah, it kind of is, huh? Lame. Lazy writing. Earthrealm. Yeah. He's always fun.
He's a good character. Johnny Cage is a fun character throughout everything.
Yeah, he is.
So with that they set the tournament up. It introduces Shang Tsung and how much of a dick he is. He forces Jax to fight Goro, and everyone's kind of freaking out. And Jax like, "No, I got this." And Jax gets fucked.
Oh yeah.
He gets his ass kicked, and Goro like rips his arms off, and he's only saved because Raiden walks in and heals him, and he's like. And Shang Tsung's like, "Hey, you can't interfere with the tournament." And Raiden's like, "It hasn't started yet. Like this is just your bloodlust."
Healed him more than he just cauterized.
He just stopped.
Well, no,
he
healed.
Him from
He didn't
bleeding
give him
out.
his arms back, but he healed it enough that like it stopped the bleeding and everything was like cut off. So like he still had the circulation and stuff. But yeah, obviously he's gonna get his metal arms. We've all played the games and watched the
when's
best
that
Mortal
gonna
Kombat
happen?
movie, Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Next movie.
Oh yeah,
I wanted him to get his arms in this one.
he'll get it in the next one. Oh, okay. One of the things I was laughing at is when they go to find him and he's like tied up by Kano, and they fucking tied him like up like by the arms and shoulders, and I'm like, what is that doing? He doesn't have arms. Like they could have just like tied him up by like the mid chest so he didn't fall over. But like I just kept laughing at it because I'm like, he's not going anywhere. He's not going to resist. Like he's just got little nubs. Like there's nothing. There's nothing there. It's like when in Star Wars Rogue One where they put the bag over the Cheer Imwe's eyes, and he's like, "Oh, it's like I'm already blind. Like, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
It's just, I was
So what did Kano do to be where he's at?
Kano's he's the leader of the Black Dragon. I think it's Black Dragon, right? Am I saying that right? He's just like he's a mobster. Yeah. He's basically a mobster. Or he's an arms runner.
Shang Tsung used his group to like procure some stuff for him. Basically,
yeah. So he's there because he did help Shang Tsung, and obviously he knows what's going on because he's like it's a
deal going.
Yeah. So he when Shao. So I mean, if you play like Mortal Kombat, you know, like after 10 wins, they get to like take over like the whatever realm is losing, and it was just basically Kano making sure he would have a life afterwards and wouldn't get fucked when, NetherRealm would win their like 10th Mortal Kombat. But yeah, so you get it. We get some good like I don't think they put good characters in here. One of the things that when I was first getting it, I read part of the review that IGN put on, and one of their complaints was it had too many characters. To which I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, have you like played a Mortal Kombat game? Like, there's a ton of characters. It's a fighting game. There should be." But like notably, we get like Baraka and Reptile, obviously Sonya, Johnny, and Liu Kang. Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Goro, Shang Tsung, Raiden, as well as who was it? They threw some other people in there. I thought
Katana was in.
Oh
there
yeah,
for,
Katana.
Like,
that's what I was thinking.
She had like a line.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, it was enough.
I mean, there's a lot, but they don't really focus on all that many characters.
They were focusing on like the main event of what happened, and then like entirely what Scorpion was up to.
Right. Yeah, I will say I like the Scorpion parts better. And like when I first started, I started it at work, and I was like, "Oh man, this thing's fucking awesome." I was like, "I'm not watching this on my phone. I'm gonna wait till I get home," which is horrible because I went to bed at like fucking 6 a.m. But I when I got past the Scorpion part at first, and then it was like Johnny Cage and them, I was like, I kind of just wanted to be Scorpion like the whole time. I just want to see his stuff.
Yeah, Scorpion standalone would be really cool.
Yeah. 100%.
I thought that's kind of what it was going to be at first. It was going to be like Scorpion's Revenge going up against the Lin Kuei, and as like a background kind of movie. But no, it like went full on into the main tournament.
And honestly, like even though that's what I thought as well, I wasn't disappointed with this. I had a lot of fun. It was cool to see, and it's like to see them do their moves. Like, you know, you get Reptile being his invisible ass self, shooting his acid out. And
Yeah.
It tried to paint Scorpion in a really good light in this one too, with him, protecting the, Johnny Cage, Liu Kang, and
I mean,
Sonya.
it's because he is basically a good guy. Like, you play the other Mortal Kombat games, like especially the newer ones, he is a good guy in those games. Like, he's just, while he's like basically a demon after like Quan Chi revived him in that way, because like. And he's just focused on rage, on killing fucking Sub-Zero.
Right, and that's like his whole like arc thing is like with Raiden saying, "Hey, there's always more than one path to choose. Like you don't have to choose rage," and that's always been his arc. Like once they like Ed Boon and started fleshing it out, that's what you get. He's not supposed to be this like asshole. Like he's a very sympathetic character, but then it goes through where it's like he was played by Quan Chi, and then he shouldn't have like done his revenge thing. Like he leaves the second Sub-Zero without a brother and without a clan leader, so he's got to like rebuild from there. So
yeah. So what's the actual story behind him and Sub-Zero? Because
well, it's basically that Sub-Zero killed his whole clan and his family, and so he wanted revenge, and he died. So Quan Chi revives him. He basically becomes a demon. He kills him in the tournament, and then Quan Chi revives him as Noob Saibot, and then the replacement Sub-Zero comes in, and he's
his brother comes
the
in
younger
like,
Lin Kuei, and he becomes the leader of the Lin Kuei.
which you can tell he's the brother because he has a scar over his eye, so they could differentiate.
Oh, there you go. So Sub-Zero's always been the douchebag then?
Not necessarily. When he gets replaced, he's like, he hates Scorpion a little bit at first, but then they kind of like grow past it and become kind of tag team buddies.
Which you see in 11.
Which is fucking sweet, and it's like
Yeah.
my favorite part of 11. But like other than that, his main beef is with Quan Chi and Noob Saibot. So
yeah, Quan Chi becomes like
the older Lin Kuei, Sub-Zero, the one that becomes Noob Saibot, is the asshole. But yeah, like after he dies, then Sub-Zero's not an asshole.
Well, I mean, here's the thing too: is like even in death he comes back. So it's Noob Saibot, he's a dick, but like he was always a dick. Like he was always a piece of shit, and just because that time he didn't kill like his family doesn't mean he didn't do anything like worse like before or bad.
Yeah,
because they've had a feud for like centuries.
Well, and also he was the one that like started trying to do stuff with the Robo Ninjas. He was working with, I think, Kano. Set that up.
I think you're right. Yeah, because if you play 9, like Sector and Cyrax aren't robots. They're ninja. And they're all kind of, they're not, were they a part of the Lin Kuei, or were they just like elemental ones?
I think they were part of the Lin Kuei.
So one of the big plot points in the 9th game is that they want the perfect soldiers, so the Lin Kuei are gonna make mechanized soldiers, which is like where Sector and Cyrax and Smoke come in with that, and so that's like a big beef. That's why, at least in the game, Sub-Zero's brother is like, "Oh hell no, like we can't do this," and he breaks away. Because they're all like, they're saying it's not natural, because they're like, like you're taking away like their free will and their fighting prowess. Like you can't do that. It can't all be a machine.
Yeah.
All right, I was always a Sub-Zero guy, but after watching this movie, I'm like, I don't know. Scorpion's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, Scorpion's rad.
Scorpion is awesome. Scorpion is like literally the best character in Mortal Kombat.
No, he's great. I think with these new ones though, like they fleshed out like Luke,
Scorpion
Liu
is
Kang a lot
definitely
too.
one of my favorite ones ever since I started playing.
Oh yeah, he's always one of my go-to ones too, as well.
Is there, so for this animated series, do they have more than just this one out? Like, more before of what happened?
No.
No,
just
not
through
yet.
games.
This is like the first one, because it's like, this is what happened like in the first game, basically.
Yeah. And like,
so they're setting up like a cinematic Mortal Kombat universe thing. So
yeah, and so like there are comics and stuff, but like the only like the comic series that is between 9 and 10 to link them, and that's like really it. I mean, they've only really done games and then the live action movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought this was maybe a thing because you mentioned it. And I was like, oh man, are there just a bunch of these like animated movies that I don't know about? I didn't even know it was as new as it is. I just assumed it was like a few years old, and I had just never heard of it because I don't really watch all that many like video game movie animated things. Really, none almost. But
Right.
But yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I think they did a really good job with this. I enjoyed the storyline of it. I thought it was crazy that he just kills Sub-Zero like instantly, he just fucking wrecks him, and then he kind of dies doing it as well. And I thought it was crazy that he died right away in the beginning. But then, of course, he had to go to the underworld to come back again, pretty much.
Yeah.
I thought
they have that skull flaming power that he killed Quan Chi with, which was fucking sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him
so-
to do that, and I was like, oh, nice.
I was hoping the entire movie. I was like, please, please, please. And he does his regular fatality too, where he fucking rips the spine out and has the head on
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he fucking
They
wrecked
did that
Goro.
twice in that movie, which was fucking sweet.
Dude, like, there's some sick shit. Like, there were some good fatalities in this.
Yeah, I like how I thought it was a little gimmicky, but I liked the X-ray vision hits and shit like that. I don't know. I just think it's cool that they made a movie that's like just super referential to the more modern games, because I played the original Mortal Kombat and some Mortal Kombat 2, but like I was not there for the PS2 and PS1 Mortal Kombat era or PS3 even. I played 9, but like there was a long time where Mortal Kombats were coming out and I wasn't playing them. So it's nice to see stuff that I'm kind of familiar with as far as the lore goes. And also like gameplay nods in here as well.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought Sonya was a little bit. She was like a little bitchy at first, but I really liked her in the end when she
Yeah.
kind
Does
of.
she have enough puss face for you?
Oh, she's got enough puss face for all the puss and all
I mean,
the face.
and that's her character, though. I mean, from all the originals, she's always been that way. So, like, I get it.
Yeah, I liked her though in the end. I thought it was fun how her and Johnny Cage kind of like came together, and as much as she's willing.
Yeah. One of the
I thought the dialogue was good.
Oh, dude, like, so the quips are really good. That's like one of my favorite quips from that is where Johnny's like, "Hey, let me fight," and she's like, "No." She goes, "Of course you can. Now stay down," because she doesn't believe him. And then he comes in and like saves her and starts kicking ass. She's like, "Holy shit, Johnny Cage can fight," which is funny because like, yeah, they say he wins tournaments, but he's a movie star. Like, I wouldn't think it'd be like if I saw like what's his name, like Keanu Reeves in real life, and he just like was like a black belt kicking ass. I'd be like, "Holy shit, you really do this? Like, it's not just like stunts. Like, you're wow."
Oh yeah, he really does that.
Yeah,
So,
I
hot.
thought it was funny when he said there's that one part where he's like, "Hey, I don't do my own stunts. I'm an actor." Like, he's like, "What do you think I am, Tom Cruise?"
Nice.
That was a good one too. That was so good.
Yeah. He's always fun. Every single time he's in anything, it's gonna be
Dude,
fun.
he is. Oh, and like for like, so it's like Scorpion like saying "get over here" and like his skull thing. I was excited for. I was just equally as excited when Johnny Cage did the splits and punched the dude in the nuts, because like that's one of my favorite moves in the game. And just seeing him actually do it, it was just great. Like you could tell like the amount of like love that they put into this, and it being Ed Boon, I'm not surprised. Him being one of the original creators, like he really loves this is his baby and he wants it to survive.
Yeah.
But man, so if you play, obviously they have the tournament, they win, Earthrealm wins because Scorpion fucking destroys Goro, and then
He
submits.
kills fucking everyone.
It's true. Like he submits to Liu Kang at the end, which puts it in their favor, and Shang Tsung doesn't take that very well. Quan Chi tries to kill Shang Tsung with poison or with acid, turning his red drink green, because that made sense to do that.
Yeah, what a dumbass.
It's just, but so it kind of sows the seeds of dissent with that, with him trying. So Quan Chi has like a little narrative in this where he's trying to bring back Shinnok, who's locked away. He's the god of death, and he's locked away. And the key is on the island that Shang Tsung's on. So he wants it to resurrect him, or to like undo
and
the
everybody else wants him to stay locked up.
Everyone else, even the bad guys.
Even the bad guys.
Yeah, even Shao Kahn. Nobody wants Shinnok alive and doing stuff.
Not one
Does
person.
Shinnok ever get out in the games?
Yeah, he's the main bad guy of 11, or not 11, 10.
10.
So he's too bad. Even the bad guys say he goes too hard.
Yeah.
He just wants to destroy
They
everything.
eventually,
is the type
they
of
eventually
thing.
defeat him in 10, which leads to everybody fucking hating Raiden for some fuck off reason.
Well, Raiden kind of goes crazy.
It's true. He does kind of become evil because of what happens. But
one of the things I was disappointed about, though, going back to like their like moves, I wanted Johnny to get like the shadow ball and stuff, and he never did, or a shadow uppercut. So that kind of sucked. But like everything else, I mean, like that's a very minor complaint because I really loved this movie. Like it was everything I wanted it to be, and it took me back to my childhood of going to Nickelcade and playing Mortal Kombat on the little nickel machines.
Yeah, for sure. I liked it a lot. There's a lot of those older characters that they kind of had in here just as a reference or real quick, like 1, 2, like we were talking about Katana.
Like some of the characters too that were just inside like the Great Hall right before it began. Mm-hmm. There was some characters just chilling out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like they didn't have him, but they had like the race of Motaro in there, like the centaur dude, which was kind of cool.
Yeah. I haven't seen that guy for fucking ever. Like, is he even in the games?
Not in the new ones. He hasn't been in any of the new ones, but he died. I'm surprised because they brought Shiva back as like a little like cameo in 11, and she's gonna be a playable character in the new DLC. But they haven't brought Motaro back since like what 4?
I don't know.
The like honestly, like for me, Mortal Kombat is such a huge nostalgia thing. Like it's a huge nostalgia trip for me. My uncle, like when he was first dating my aunt, to like win over our affection, he would take us to Nickelcade and just like that's where he dumped all of his money, was like into Mortal Kombat, like all his quarters that he brought, and he just like got us into it. And so it's always like a thing with like my family where it's like if when we get together and hang out, like I'll bring a PlayStation and my cousin has his, and we'll just like play like Mortal Kombat, and we'll just hang out, and it's just something that like brings us together. And like I made my grandma buy me the movies for Christmas one year, and she was really upset about that. So like just for me, like this is a huge like part of like my gaming thing and like where I came from as a kid. So like I was like so stoked on this, and I would definitely recommend it to people who like Mortal Kombat or even just want to watch a fun like short movie.
It's really good. It's very gory though, so don't let your kids watch. But
Or do
it's
it.
crazy.
Let them learn how to fight.
Become Scorpion, my child.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should, Schweiss, you should just make Mini Schweiss watch Mortal Kombat on a loop, and then eventually he'll become Scorpion.
Yeah. I don't know. He's already he's become quite the handful lately. So
He's
working on it.
Need him having like a grappling hook coming out of nowhere.
I think that's a bad idea.
Just beat the shit out of Schweiss.
Come over here.
Yeah, he's getting really needy, so he'd be pulling that shit all the time on me. But I wonder if I would go to him or if he would just fly to me. You know what I mean? It's like a grappling hook. It's a grappling hook until he's bigger than I am.
That'd be something to see. Just your baby flying through the air towards you.
He like just like does like the plane shift that or Scorpion does, and just comes behind him, just beats the shit out of Schweiss. Beautiful.
Yeah. Takes out the Achilles tendon.
It X-rays it, so it shows what's going on to the audience.
Yeah.
Alex just sees this little like screen come up, and it's just.
It's like a minor adjustment of the tendon. It just like bends in a little bit, but it still does the little X-ray vision, even though it's not really showing anything. Bruised tendon. Yeah, no, I think this is a great little animated film. I really enjoyed it. like I said, I was just like, well, I didn't have time because I was stupidly playing Plants vs. Zombies before work, which I should have been playing 7 Remake or watching this movie. And then I look down and I see that like 50 minutes ago Cameron texted saying he was done, and I was like, fuck. So I started to watch it at work, and then I got I think I got past the first bit of Scorpion stuff, and I was like, this is pretty sweet. I'm gonna not watch this here on this phone. Like, this is bullshit. I'm gonna go home and watch it when I get back, even though it'll keep me up late. It's something I wanted to watch on the larger screen.
Well, it's good that you did it in the morning too, and the kids were asleep.
Yeah. So I think it's great. I think it's really enjoyable. I like the animation style. I think the dialogue was pretty spot on. The voice actors all did a great job.
Oh yeah.
I think this thing's pretty damn good, and I definitely would recommend it.
I hope they keep making more and then do some stuff that shows what happens between like 9 and 10 and then 10 and 11. So that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to follow that storyline directly, but I mean, even if they like do kind of, they come with their own thing, I'd be pretty happy. Being like
it seems like they're pretty close, especially since they mentioned Shinnok.
Right, but Shinnok's not going to be the next villain. It's going to be...
Oh, no.
It's going to be Shao Kahn.
Because, like, Shinnok was, like, 20 years after 9 was in 10. So, like, yeah, they have plenty of time to, like, do stuff with Shao Kahn and, like, whatever else they want to do.
Right, and so, yeah, so, like, the end of the movie is, like, a little, like, blurb where Shang Tsung's, like, begging for his life because he didn't win the tournament, and Shao Kahn just being like, hey, we're going to do this anyway because fuck the rules. Like, we're going to take over Earthrealm. So it does allude to a sequel, which would be nice to get, like, him and then Sindel and Shiva and hopefully Motaro. And I really want to see Rain or, like, Scarlet or Quake or someone.
Yeah. I was thinking about Rain. I was like,
sweet.
I haven't seen Rain in a game for fucking ever.
Smoke would be cool too.
Smoke. Oh, well, they have to do Sector and Cyrax as well as Smoke. But I'd rather have Smoke as the robot instead of the human, to be honest. Like, I just dig the cyborgs. The one that I really
Smoke
want
is way cooler.
Yeah, I mean he's cooler, but I just like the cyborgs. Oh, who is it?
Yeah, it's just a gray ninja. I mean, they're all the same fucking design.
Well, so they changed him up in 9 and then 10 as well. Like, they gave him some actual personality. But for the good guys, it's oh damn it! So I want to see Cabal for sure because Cabal's been one of my characters that I've just dug for a long time. But the cop Stryker, I want to see Stryker.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised they didn't put him in there because he was in 9.
Yeah. Well, so was Cabal.
They put him in there Cabal was too.
But I mean, like, if they do 10, like, I'd like to see it as like a bigger, like, is this going to be like an all-out war instead of an actual tournament? So it'd be nice to see more people fighting together. Like, even if they do like tag team stuff too, where it's like Cabal and Stryker working together because they were like members of the same police force. It'd be cool to see them do that, fighting, a couple different people. And with Goro dead, Shiva will come in.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and focus on, like, certain characters. At least that's kind of what it seems like with them calling this one Scorpion's Revenge.
You know what?
Focusing heavily on his role.
I bet it's going to be Sub-Zero. Because it'll be the brother, and then it's going to be him coming to terms with that, figuring out the truth, and then Noob Saibot will be in it as one of the main villains.
The next main character will probably be Liu Kang, though, for the Shao Kahn thing.
Maybe.
I think they'll go Sub-Zero.
And then they might do the robot stuff with Sub-Zero.
They could, or it could just be like both of them in the same thing.
Yeah, I think Sub-Zero, I agree, because those are kind of the two big characters, But Liu Kang...
The main character is Liu Kang.
Yeah, so Liu Kang's the main character, so it is weird.
Right, but like the ones, like, if you show people, like, they know Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yeah, those are the two that always fight.
That's always made me laugh. Like, freaking Mortal Kombat is probably like the one series in the world where like the main character is less recognizable than 2 other characters.
Yeah,
it's true.
And honestly, the main character is more distinct than those other 2 characters too, because those guys are just wearing like within the game itself, there's a bunch of ninjas with basically the same outfit, different color schemes.
Right, but that was limitation by their times as well.
Yeah, you'd think they're more basic than Liu Kang, but they're still more recognizable. It's like
Well, I mean, like,
they can't have their main
it's the
character.
same design, but like they're so different, which is great. Like they could have just copped out and like did something where it's like, oh, it's kind of the same, but like no, you get Scorpion, Fire, Sub-Zero, Ice, Rain is water. It's just cool. Like they went hard, man.
Smoke is smoke.
Smoke is smoke. Reptile.
Yeah.
I really dig that they went away from the human-looking reptile and went more into like an actual like lizard person.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy him nearly as much as I did in the live-action fucking movie.
Where he's like fucking a statue or whatever, and then goes invisible and shit. And
He
looks
looks
terrible.
Looks so
Wasn't he,
fucking
more
awful.
like a chameleon at that point.
He's pretty much, yeah.
God, that he looks so fucking shitty in that thing.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
It's like one of the worst effects in any of the video game movies.
You'll never
like,
ruin that
bar
movie for
none.
me, though. I'll always
Oh
love
no,
that movie.
it's enjoyable to
Always.
watch. It's terrible, but it's
it's
fun to watch.
man. You know what? And I honestly, I don't even mind Annihilation. I'll sit down and watch Annihilation. It's not as good by any means, but it's still nostalgic, right? Just like I like this movie, and I don't care.
I think I was the only one who actually said that the first one was better out of
No, I
us.
said that too.
Oh, okay.
We all liked the first one better. I think except for maybe Joe.
No, I think Cameron liked the second Mortal Kombat movie better too.
I'll have to revisit. Do you have the old notebook?
No, we gave it away.
God damn
We'll
it.
have to get. I think it was Felicia Domiko that has it. So let us know, Felicia. I mean, we could just listen to our own damn episode, but
I think we rewrote him down somewhere else though, didn't we?
We should have, yeah.
I thought
if
you guys. I
remember.
thought you guys did because
we
you
wanted to rank
yeah.
them all, so it wouldn't make sense.
it
have
must.
that list
We
somewhere.
got to have it somewhere. Then, yeah, I'll have to find it. Or dig it up, unbury the truth. But yeah, those movies are hilarious at the very least. This one still funny, but also well done. So
No, it was great. Definitely like I don't know, like I just want to. I don't know if they're not going to listen to it, but like thank Ed Boon and John Tobias, man. Like something that's been like that part of my childhood forever. Like I kind of like even though like the games aren't as popular as like Zelda or Mario. Like for me, that's the extent of it because that's like my childhood. And so it just like it's my jam, bro. So I just love it.
yeah, I mean, I played Sonic and I fucking hate that game. So
But I mean, for some people, like A4, for example, he loves it. It's his childhood, and it's something that he just grew up with, and he just always loves. And for me, that's Mortal Kombat.
yeah, that was my first game, and I do not love it. So maybe I'm just not as nostalgic. But I mean, I remember liking these games too when I was a kid. They were a lot of fun. And I still like Mortal Kombat, obviously. This is cool though. I'm excited that we've tapped into the animated movies. I've got a bunch that I've seen before, like the Resident Evil ones. I actually like those ones.
I have those, so we should definitely watch those.
There's a couple Street Fighter ones, and there's also a Street Fighter TV show.
There's a new Street Fighter animated
So-
movie too that just came out.
Is it really?
Yeah,
When
it
did
came out
when
like
did it
2
come
months
out?
ago.
Damn.
Yeah. Which one is it based on?
I have no idea. I've just seen it at Walmart. I've been wanting to buy it, but I just haven't.
Because there's like 2 or 3 movies in the TV show that are all based on Street Fighter 2. So
Nice. I think I have Resident Evil. I think it's called Revengeance or some shit. I bought it like years and years and years ago, but I'm excited to do those. I want to start doing more of these side movies or movies in general. It feels like it's been a little while since we did a movie review on this show, and I kind
we
of
haven't really been able to watch them together since the big Rona.
yeah, it kind of does take you out of it a little bit. Although I think for the better ones, it's not as necessary. Watching shitty movies with a group is a lot of fun though. So
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
I mean,
the
honestly,
Uva Bowl.
Uva Bowl. I didn't
We
know how
gotta
this was
watch
going
those
to turn
together.
out, so but I just still wanted to. It's on my list, and I was like, I'll make you guys go with me. If it's bad, you can suffer with me.
Yeah, plus you bought into the voodoo, so now you're welcome. Just remember, like I said,
now he needs the login for it.
I do need the login for it.
you can't touch the lamp. Anything but the lamp.
What's the lamp in there?
Yeah, you'll have to figure out what the lamp is.
Oh, is it 50
Dude,
Shades of Grey?
No. Do we have that on there? I feel like we do, actually.
I think Joe might have bought it. So
I fucking what was it, May the 4th? Yeah, May the 4th I bought all of the Star Wars movies, the 9 Skywalker movies, which I was a little peeved because it said it was the Skywalker saga, but it didn't have Rogue One in there, and I was like, bullshit. That's like the best part of that movie is the fucking Vader slaughter scene in the hallway. That's totally a Skywalker moment, but no, apparently Voodoo doesn't want to give me the deal. But I spent like $80 on all of them because I wanted to start watching Star Wars with the boy, and then it just buffered because we moved to the living room around, and I don't have a cord long enough to connect the internet directly, and so it just buffered, and then I just played Plants vs. Zombies until Alex went to bed. I was like, well, that was a waste of $80, but hey, they're there, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I kind of want to put all the video game movies on Vudu as well, so maybe I'll start buying the ones that, as we review them, maybe one of us can pick it up. But you just got to remember, when you get in there and you're going to buy something, you got to go online and change it. Because I've had people buy shit, and my card's the one that's on there right now. So
I like physical copies for movies, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, okay. So you'll just be renewing codes.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the club.
It feels more official now for the Nude Clan to have that video access.
Isn't it yours initially? Yeah, it's yours, huh, Greg? Yeah, it totally is.
yeah, it's mine.
It would be funny if it was Joe's, but he used your email address just to make it even more confusing.
Well, he wanted to put like all of his movies somewhere, and the easiest place was my Voodoo.
Yeah, because you already had a bunch.
Yeah, because I had like a shitload. So
It's getting pretty big. Like, we got a good amount in there. I think it's over 200.
We got it's 200 something now.
And I think it lists the Lord of the Rings and the Star Wars collections that I bought as one. So we have a lot of movies.
That's good. I'll have to start watching some more stuff.
Yeah. I'm excited to do animated features, though. I think they could do a lot with video games and animation. I think they have a better track record than live action does.
Oh, for sure.
Well,
it's so much easier to do a lot
yeah.
of the effects and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like they're more
freaking
passionate, too, about
The
it.
Street Fighter movies are much better animated than the fucking live action one. There's 2 live action movies for Street Fighter, actually.
I think you're right. I just remember the invisible boat. It's like, God, what a shitty invisible...
The invisible boat that still has the fucking, like, water thing going.
The fucking waves, like, what the hell is that? Is that some kind of invisible boat over there? And it's still loud as hell, too.
I fucking love that they're, like, watching the screen being like, what is that? And then it, like, shows up and they're like, oh my god, it's a boat. Like, I don't know.
Dude, I know. It's the fucking invisible boat. It got me so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, of all the things to make stealthy and invisible, why is boat on the list at all?
Yeah, that's the worst one, I'm pretty sure. Like, a car, you could kind of hide. Like, a fucking plane, you could hide. As long as you can get rid of, like, shadow effects. But, like, the boat...
Yeah.
Well, you can't get rid of the water, or else it's not a fucking boat.
I mean, everyone knows. Like, even in this last movie we watched, it's people go invisible. Like, you leave tracks in water. Like, they can see you stepping around. And so you're gonna have this fucking boat speeding along a river with this fucking wake behind it. It's just like an invisible boat, really.
That's where our Q3 budget went, to the fucking invisible boat.
You should have
think to make something...
just put 2 cents together and come up with an invisible submarine. That makes more sense.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like,
Oh man.
yeah, I'm excited that we tapped into these. We had talked about it before. I kind of like doing them in conjunction, because the idea before was we were going to knock out all of the excuse me, the live action and then move on to the animated. But I kind of like doing both around the same time, just because there's so many animated movies out there to consume for games, and it's nice to get a little shake up for the show instead of always being about just the games. We can get some extra material for series that we love, like Mortal Kombat or Resi or Street Fighter, and get some like kind of fan fiction-y stuff. It's good.
Yeah, it's nice. There's so many good facets to like video games. Like it's good to be in a time where like video games are like widely accepted with like so many different media to consume them, not just play them.
Yeah, it's a cool time to be a gamer. It's fucking cool. Yeah, man. But yeah, I totally recommend this thing. It's great. Good time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
That's all I got, man. That's good movie. Check it out.
It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I kind of want there to be a Scorpion spinoff now, though.
It'd be sweet. Well, I mean, we didn't see what happened to him at the end, so there's definitely plenty of possibility.
At some
Yeah,
point
for
he
sure.
becomes human again, so
And he tries to bring back the Shirai Ryu. So
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, stuff to look forward to right there. Well, I don't know. You guys got anything else?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
All right. Well, thank you all for hanging out with us for this review of Mortal Kombat: Scorpion's Revenge. I believe. What's the other? There's like another thing in between that. It's like Mortal Kombat something.
It's like Mortal, isn't it? It's not Legacy or something like that, is it?
No, I think it's Legacy. Yeah, it's the
Yeah, I think it
family one.
is.
Let's see.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking this was. Like, I don't know why. But when you mentioned it, I was like, oh,
It's
it must
Legends.
be that.
It's Mortal Kombat Legends: Scorpion's Revenge.
That's what it is, Legends.
Because yeah, Legacy is that fan made one, which is pretty great. And if you guys have a chance, you should watch it on YouTube. It's pretty sweet.
I think it's
There's
oddly in the DVD, like,
Yeah,
3-pack.
We have a Blu-ray 3-pack that had one Annihilation and then Legacy.
So
Yeah,
they only did part 1 of Legacy. Is it part 2 in there too?
I don't
It's the
know.
whole thing.
Oh, that's
'Cause
sweet.
it was like an hour and a half long.
I think that's just the first one because they're into episodes. Because I know they did the second one, but they only did it on DVD, and I never bought it, and I can't find it anywhere now.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to check. I just remember thinking it was funny that the non-official one was also in the Blu-ray pack. They're like, fuck it, just slap it all in there. Just fucking give him the fan one, too. Like,
They
all
love
right.
this shit.
Yeah, eat it up. But yeah, so cool, guys. You know where to find us and where to support us. If you don't, or if you've forgotten, or if you're, I don't know, a fuck and just considering it now, you can find us on Twitter. Our official Nude Clan podcast Twitter is at Nude Clan Podcast. We each have our own Twitter handle. Mine is at UFF Podcast.
Mine is at Obsidian Bar.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
And me at B. Grixis.
Go there, follow the show, follow us. YouTube.com/Nude Clan Podcast. You can find all of our past episodes. I'm going to start uploading all the streams that I do through the Nude Clan channel to there as well. Have some Let's Plays. You guys can watch us play all of the games. Well, not all the games. Some of the games, I guess. So I hope we start adding more content to that. You can go to Facebook.com/Nude Clan. That's NEWD because Facebook is a bunch of fucking cucks. But yeah, follow us there anyway. And of course, the Discord channel. A lot of fun, a lot of great people, awesome time in there. And that is found on the Nude Clan Twitter page. There's a pinned tweet with a link, a non-expiring link, invitation to the Discord channel where you can hang out with us and other fellow listeners. So, guys, go there, follow us, donate to us on Patreon, patreon.com, and just search Nude Clan Gaming or Nude Clan Podcast. You'll find us there. Sub to us on Amazon with your Twitch Prime account if you have it, or sub to anyone on there. It's just got $2.50 just hanging out every month. Might as well support a creator. And I think that's it. So until next time, guys, as always,
Enjoy the nude.
So I almost did a old season sign off. Time to get good.
Get over here! Live always in the nude.